Hi guys, Paul Pluta on the Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, I'm doing paid reviews. This is paid review JU79. And quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing a Rolex Explorer 2 Polar. That's right, this is my Polar Explorer 2. Let's jump straight in. This is a detailed review request. This is coming from Corey. So let's have a bit of a look here. Let's see what we think. Hi Arch, I really appreciate the candor of the content and your channel and figured what the hell, I'll throw in for a no-holds-barred review of my small collection. That's what we like, a review. Yes. A little background on myself. I'm a blue-collar truck driver and bust my ass for every dollar, so nicer pieces are all the result of a lot of saving and sacrifice. But truthfully, I've never for a moment had an ounce of regret about any of them. First off is my daily wearer for non-strenuous activities. I picked up a Audemars Piguet Royal Oak 41mm 15400 white dial, new on the grey market for under retail in 2017. Generally, I don't consider resale value as a factor when I buy a watch because I go for pieces that speak to me. But this has probably been the single best investment that I've ever made as even used. It's now going for 5 or 6 grand more than I paid for it brand new because of this particular model being discontinued and the stunning white dial being dropped from AP's current line. Sure, people may scoff at someone with a modest income buying a watch like this, but these same people won't bat an eye if I paid the same amount for some used Hyundai Elantra that would eventually depreciate to nothing. No regrets here. Next piece, as a travel and adventure watch, I have a blank pane 50 fathoms Bathy Escape. That was also purchased at a steep discount from a grey dealer because paying retail is for chumps. I was actually considering getting a Hulk for this purpose, but I felt like I made the right under the radar decision because while I like to have a nice watch on my wrist, I also like going places where having a big Rolex target painted on me might not be the best idea. I've worn it fishing on remote island of Kiriti Amati, and most recently exploring the slummier parts of Hong Kong. Besides that, it's got an awesome 5-day power reserve, blackened solid gold rotor, and frankly, the movement is finished to a higher standard than Rolex for a far lower price. There's a handful of vintage pieces from my father that don't get wrist time anymore but have a special spot in the safe. There's the old Rolex Air King that my father bought new in Switzerland at the Rolex factory for $100 around 1965. He wore it for 20 years and then it never left my wrist for the next 20 after that. It's seen everything from dress occasions to deer hunts, as the scars on it bear witness. There's a vintage Vulcan cricket alarm that was given to him by Ford Motor Company for truck sales in 1950 when he had a dealership, according to the inscription on the back of the case, and also a vintage Tudor Prince oyster date that I really don't know anything about except that it was very sentimental to him. All of them have been serviced and restored and each gets wound once a month to keep them in working order. Finally, my daily job involves a lot of shock and vibration that would normally wreck an automatic. So for this purpose, a quartz shitter is in order. I figured if I have to wear a quartz, I may as well have something unique. So I went with the Sin at UX. It's built like a tank and its oil-filled case has the same depth rating as 5,000 meters. So I can be at ease when I wash my hands with it on. The one drawback may be it has to go back to Germany every 7 years for a battery and oil change. Of course, the glaring flaw in my collection is the absence of a nice dress watch. I'll get one eventually, but it's kind of back-burning because I rarely find myself needing to wear one. I'm leaning towards someday getting a JU79 ultra thin with a blue dial and a small sub-seconds, but I'd love to get your input and recommendation on that. Thank you. Corey in Northern California. Well, Corey, thank you so much for this wonderful email. I must confess to you there, I must confess, Corey, I love these sort of emails. I love a working class guy who goes out of his way. In fact, guys, I love nothing more than working class guys buying very, very expensive fine watches. I've just caused a bit of a stir on the Purist Pro. Purist Pro is a very, very snooty watch forum for the ultra rich. You've got captains of industry. There's some people there who own oil tankers. There's another person there whose family is related, well, they own Singer beer. Singer beer. Fuck. Massive collections. And there's nothing finer than a working class guy getting some really cool pieces. So I 100% salute you, and I'm pretty well the same. Look, I've never been able to personally buy pieces new. Okay, I've got 4 Patek Philippe's, but I never bought any of those new fuckers. No, I bought them at the arse end because I never had the money to buy one at retail. I can't afford that. I have to buy value. So firstly, your 15400, what a sensational piece. I absolutely love that. They've very, very desirable. I actually like the white. The most desirable, of course, is the bluey grey, but I must say the black, the blue, and also the white, I love them all. You're very lucky to own that piece. The Blank Pain is a fabulous watch there. That's a really cool watch to have there. That's no problems with that. I'm really happy you got a whole stack of your father's watches. Your father's old Air King. What a great story. What a great story. It's good to have them serviced. Gotta find a good independent who does vintage. That's always a good way to go. And then you got a Sin UX. Yep, the oil filled. You know, that's actually how the watches that go the deepest, oil filled. That's exactly right. What would I say? Look, only thing I could say is I would possibly add a Rolex there. I honestly think, Corey, every man needs at least one Rolex in their collection, okay? Now, I know you could say, well, I got my dad's Air King. Yeah, but you want to get something that's the modern size, and something that you've lusted after and bought. So I would highly recommend, I reckon a great watch is the Milgauss, the current Milgausses, you know, the GV or the Z Blue. That's amazing. They're beautiful. Explorer 1, 39mm. That's a great, simpler watch. Or the new Air King. Wouldn't that be great to have your dad's Air King and then the new 40mm Air King? I would highly recommend. Look, I got to be honest with you. Say you're looking at a dress watch. Hang on a minute. Any wristwatch these days that is analog, I mean, meaning, you know, with minute and hour hand, that's a dress watch, sunshine. So I don't know what you mean. The AP, don't think that's a dress watch? That's a fantastic dress watch. And even the Blank Pain, the Bathius, it's a Blank Pain, for God's sake. That is a snooty brand. So I disagree with you there. I would probably say, look, I would say to you, because you're like me, you got to get value. I would seriously add a Rolex. Add a Rolex to the collection. Please. Corey, please add a Rolex. I would seriously, you've got to have a bit of Rolex backbone. Yes, you've got a few, you've inherited your dad's Air King, but you want to get one yourself, okay? I mean, it's not a problem. Come on, Corey, you've got an AP. You've got a Blank Pain. One lousy Rolex isn't going to kill you, okay? It's not going to kill you with those sort of things you've bought there. So what do I think? I think it's fantastic. I got a lot more, I got to be honest with you, I got a lot more time for working class people who struggle, scrimp and save, and they get some beautiful watches. I love that. That really makes me proud. Instead of some rich fuck who just puts it on his Amex, doesn't give a fuck. You've got to really fucking love AP to have bought that. That's a lot of money, and scrimped and saved and tried hard and tried your best, and fuck, that's not easy. That is not easy in the slightest. Believe you me, it's not easy, okay? It's not easy at all. It's fucking hard. That's what it is. It's very, very fucking hard. So honestly, I think what you've done is amazing. I always like it. It's like the guy who's got 10 Ferraris or the guy who's got 1 Ferrari. Now, the guy with 10, he may have 10 really fucking expensive models, but the guy with 1 Ferrari, he's had to nickel and dime. Okay, maybe a lesser desirable model. Okay, you might have like a 308, you know, the boxy, the baritone design 308. But he loves it. You understand? He's somebody who's a true enthusiast. He just loves the brand. He loves on a Sunday morning waking early, turning the key, letting it warm up for 5-10 minutes, whatever fucking long it takes, and taking this bastard around the block when the temperature is cooler, just to get those, you know, the oil through the veins. You know, that's somebody who loves his Ferrari. And that's the same with your collection there. My advice to you, JLC is a bit of a dog at the moment. They're really soft. I love their watches. I've got a Reverso. The Reverso, I love it. I love it. I would seriously get a Rolex. Get a Rolex. Please, get a Rolex. Every collector needs... I mean, I know you got your dad's, but get one yourself. It's the achievement. Nothing wrong with blue collar. I love blue collar workers, you know. I've been blue collar. I've done taxi driving. I've cleaned industrial bins. I've done limo driving, taxi driving, Uber driving. I've cleaned industrial bins. I've done IT work. I've done it all, man. So nothing you need to feel bad about that. That is I always like to see somebody who's really, really tried hard and they buy the things they want. The Royal Oak, fuck, that's beautiful. And I reckon the 15400 is a gorgeous, gorgeous model. The 15300, that's a great model. They're big money now. The 15400, I think, is the perfect one because I think it's the perfect size. I like the 15300, don't get me wrong, but the 15400 I think was, if I had to pick one, I actually prefer it to the new 15500. I kind of think AP, I don't know why they did that, but the Blank Pain, fuck, Blank Pain, come on, I'll get Don Haynes on here. Blank Pain's one of the greatest brands of all time as far as dive watches go. It's the ultimate sort of diver, isn't it? You know, that brand is famous for the Bathy Escape. Get a Rolex. Come on, man. Get a Rolex. I'd love you to get a Rolex. So I like the collection. I love it. Man, to have an AP, fuck. That's fantastic. So guys, like, subscribe, tell your fuckhead friends, and put a few comments for Corey. Put a few comments. Good on him. I reckon good on him. That's always nice to see someone get the watches of their dreams. So well done. I'm Paul Pluta. Tell me what you guys think of that. Nice one, Arch. Great vid.
Oh. Hey Archie Luxury fans, if you're into luxury, then you gotta be into 66 Buick Rivieras. Check out my son and I, Alex, as we restore this beautiful 66 Buick.
Neighbors are having a picnic, you know, having fun and stuff. Me, I'm doing cars. It's what I've done my whole life.
there goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. There goes a sight from my soul. I think it's all angels just walk by. 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 There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my there goes a sight. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul.